Evening and welcome to our very warm house. Luckily, we're not going to be in this house for too much longer because in around about 6 hours time, we are going to be catching a coach down to Heathrow to then eventually go to Orlando in Florida. This holiday's been booked for a while, and ever since I wanted to take YouTube a little bit seriously, the very first thing I thought to myself was I'm going to do a travel vlog to Orlando. I'm not reinventing the wheel when, I'm doing these videos or whatever. You're not going to see anything too crazy. I am going to be YouTuber number 5 billion probably who's done a video to Orlando, or a travel video to Orlando. But yeah, now there is a reason that I've started this video now rather than in 6 hours time. And it's a simple reason, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But in this video, I'm going to try and vlog as much as I can. I'm quite nervous when it comes to talking to a camera like this, especially in public. I'm not too bad when it's in my living room, but when I'm in public, I'm a little bit like, oh God, people are looking at me, but you know, I'm never going to see those people again, so I might as well just get on with it. But anyway, we've got a coach trip, like I said, down to the airport. We're going with Flixbus. I'll let you know about how much we paid for that trip and all of that stuff at some stage throughout the video. When we get to the airport, we've got a lounge booked as well. And then when we eventually get on the plane, we're flying with Virgin for the first time ever. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not going to be reinventing the wheel, but I'm just going to take you along, and we're going to try and make some kind of a video out of what's going to be an 18 or 19 hour travel day, or at least 18 hours anyway. I think that's what we keep working it out to be. But yeah, now the reason that I've not started this video in 6 hours time when we're about to leave the house to get the coach is because I'm not going to have that much energy at all. I mean, I'll prove it to you, watch. Morning. And it is the morning, it's 3:15, just after. And I didn't get very much sleep whatsoever. I must have gone to bed at around about 11:15 or something like that. And I'm feeling it this morning, I really am. But the taxi is hopefully on its way. We've booked it for 3:30. I did call through to them yesterday just to make sure that they were definitely going to be here, and it's still all booked in. I wouldn't normally ring them to make sure, but because it's such an early morning request, we just wanted to obviously make sure that it was definitely going to be here. Some of the taxi companies around our area are known for not really turning up, but so far so good, touch wood anyway, with this one. But yeah, we're just waiting for that taxi now. Chris is upstairs getting her few last bits and pieces together. The cases are just there, and we're pretty much all good to go. So yeah, there's nothing really much more to say other than let's go to Orlando, shall we? So, as you can see, we are pretty much on our own. I think we're about to be joined by some bus stop friends now, but yeah, so far so good. The taxi turned up. So we just stopped in Cardiff, and what a long journey already. It's currently 25 to 5, and we've still got another 3.5 hours to go. I'm gonna get some sleep. I'll see you at the airport. So we're currently on the way to Terminal 3. It's chaos in here, it really is. As you can imagine, it's Heathrow Airport. Oh my God, this is the quietest that this little journey from the central bus station to the terminal has has been. I've got no words for what we've just experienced. We're not seasoned travellers, can you tell? So we've already checked in online, but Chris is over at the the self-service check-in, like bag drop tag machine things. She's just over there getting the tags for our cases, and then I think we're going to go on to security, because it seems like it's letting her print these labels off, even though our flight isn't on the board yet. So we will see what the morning brings, but if we can, it'd be nice to drop the bags off now and then just go and get security over and done with straight away, and then we'll go to the lounge. So we're just trying again with the lounge, after being turned away just now for being too early. We're just eager, that's all it is. So we've just finished our time in the lounge. I have got some thoughts and feelings on it. I'll tell you at some stage before the end of this video, but we're on the way now to our gate, which is one of the gates at the very end of this big long corridor. So on the Travelator we go. Here we go.
London Heathrow to Orlando. My name's Andrew Minty, and I have the pleasure of being your captain today. Well, we are more or less ready to go, just on our last bit of paperwork.
So I don't know how much of my voice you can hear at the moment, because I've decided to bring my little Sheen microphone with me, so I'm not shouting on the plane. But yeah, we're in the air now, as you've just seen, and it's given me a little bit of a chance to give you some thoughts on the day so far. So starting with Flixbus, it was alright, to be fair. We got what we paid for. We paid about £60 altogether for a return journey. Seats were a little bit uncomfortable. There were a few passengers on board who were just not seeming to control their kids properly, basically. They were screaming and whatever. And I understand it might be difficult to travel with kids and stuff, but there was just no consideration for anybody. With it being that early in the morning, the last thing that you want is for kids to be screaming the place down. But I don't know, maybe I'm just tired and a bit grouchy, I'm not too sure, but the airport was absolute chaos, or getting to the airport anyway, from the bus station to Terminal 3. People were just running everywhere, as you can imagine, in a really busy airport. Like I said earlier on, we're not really seasoned travellers, so we don't do this very often. But then shortly after a little bit of a stroll around, we went into the lounge. Now, it was the club rooms. I nearly called it the clubhouse lounge. You can tell we're going to Disney with the bloody Mickey Mouse clubhouse, but it was a club rooms lounge. Was it by number one? Was it still a number one? It was still a number one lounge. You sort of head towards a number one lounge, and then before you go to the number one lounge, you take a right, and then it's just sort of nestled away in the corner. But I've got to be honest, it was nice to sort of get away from the busyness of the airport, but I was expecting better from the breakfast. I had a breakfast. Chris had eggs Benedict. She only had half of the eggs Benedict, and I ate the breakfast, but I've had better breakfasts from Wetherspoons. The hash browns were dry, the bacon was chewy. I don't know, maybe I'm just moaning, like I said, because I've just been a little bit tired all day, and you know, it's been a long day so far. But yeah, that basically brings us to here, and at the moment we've got some complimentary drinks. Chris has had Jack Daniels and Coke, as you can see just here. I've had rum and Coke, and we're motoring along quite nicely, I think. So yeah, I'll catch up with you a little bit later. Just before I go, I almost forgot altogether for the club rooms. I keep forgetting the name of it. I keep wanting to say clubhouse. The price altogether, it was £100, but then we had 10% off, so it came to £90 altogether. Would I pay that again? We had a little bit of a look at the afternoon menu as well, and also, of course, the breakfast menu. But there wasn't really that much to choose from that we liked. And again, maybe that's because I'm picky. I don't know, but I'm not entirely sure whether I'd pay £90 for it again. Like I said, it was nice to be away from the hustle and bustle of like the busy airport and stuff, but I'm not sure whether I'd pay £90 again. And one thing before I actually do go and probably go to sleep for a little bit, to be honest, one thing I will say is that Heathrow Airport was absolutely roasting this morning. It was so warm everywhere. I know the UK is going through a heat wave at the moment, but it was just so like uncomfortably warm, especially walking around duty free, anywhere where of course there was loads of people, which of course today there was, and I suppose every day in Heathrow there is, but it was just really I can't explain how humid it was. I just wish this country had aircon in most places, to be honest. I'm surprised that Heathrow didn't have aircon, and if they did, I certainly couldn't feel it because I was absolutely sweating. Anyway, I'm really tired, so I'm going to sleep. Hello, me again. There's currently 6 hours and 52 minutes left of our flight, and I haven't yet been to sleep because I've been busy editing this video. But we've got our food that's just been delivered to us. The options that we had were chicken and potatoes, and I think it was spinach mac and cheese. Spinach mac and cheese. Yeah, Chris is nodding at me just here. She's loving life. She's already spilt some alcohol down her, but we won't talk about that. But she's very happy because she's got her cheese at the moment, so that's good. So I'm going to try my best to talk you through absolutely everything on this little plate of food that we've been given. So I'd like to welcome you to the Shane Not Sean Virgin Atlantic food review segment of this video. Okay, so as you can see, going from let's go from right to left, shall we? Because we can see what this is just here, and it's salted caramel and chocolate sort of mousse ganache. Does that say ganache there? It does say ganache. Yes, it does. Right there. Thing. We've got some salad, which I won't be eating because I'm on holiday and I want to eat very unhealthily over the next couple of weeks. We've got some butter, which I would assume is for this roll here, and we've got some cheese and crackers as well. I'm probably not going to eat the cheese. I'll probably donate it to Chris. Now I'm going to do what they used to do on Art Attack when they used to go, here's one I made earlier, or was it Smart? I'm not sure. Was it Smart or was it Art Attack? Remember when they used to say, here's one I made earlier? Was it Blue Peter? Oh my god, it was one of the three. But anyway, here's one I made earlier because Chris has opened her food already, and I'm going to show you. Obviously she's eaten some of it as well, so bear that in mind. But yeah, I'm going to show you exactly what this chicken and potatoes meal looks like, which if you're clever enough you might be able to realise that the meal looks like chicken and potatoes, because that's exactly what it is. Anyway, I need to eat this because I'm quite hungry now. Okay, so you rejoin us. There's Chris tucking into her afternoon tea, which is what we have right now, and I'm going to talk to you through it. But before I do, a little bit of a flight update. We're still flying, obviously. Just over an hour to go. I've also discovered a tail cam on the the screen on this flight, so I'm a little bit mesmerised. We watched Wicked, which brings me to the entertainment on the plane. It's quite good, to be fair. The entertainment is. Wicked was like really long. I think, to be fair, Wicked just seemed like it was like the length of the whole entire flight. It was really, really long. I think it was about 2 hours and 40 minutes or something like that. I mean, it passed time. What else are we going to do? I know what else we're going to do. We're going to eat afternoon tea, which is what I've got in front of me. The food earlier on was really nice. Before I get to this afternoon tea review, because there is going to be an afternoon tea review. The chicken was lovely. The potatoes were nice as well. And the dessert, which was like a mousse ganache type chocolate salted caramel type thing, that was really good. Chris seems to think that it didn't taste very salted caramel-ish, but I think it did. I don't know. Maybe you'll have to book a flight and come and find out for yourself. But now we move on to afternoon tea, and this is what we've got. All of this stuff around here comes in this little box, and it's great. We've got a scone just there. We've got a cucumber sandwich. We've got a little truffle. We've got I think that's clotted cream, if I can read that properly. I'm reading all of this through my phone screen at the minute, so you'll have to bear with me. And then, of course, we've got jam as well for the scone. And yeah, I'm going to tuck into that because it looks really good. And pretty soon we'll be making our way into Orlando. Yeah, nothing more to say really. See you in a bit. Just want to point out, whilst we're on the way into Orlando, as you can see here, there's 46 minutes left. I am absolutely obsessed with this little tail cam here. For some reason, any flight that I've ever been on, I've always wanted a tail cam. Not that I can do anything with it, not that I can control the plane or anything like that. It's just fascinating. You can obviously have it small screen like this, or you can go big screen. Chris is absolutely amazed. She's as amazed as what I am, trust me. Now, not only can you have the camera on the tail, you can also, watch this, this is groundbreaking news for me, watch. You can also change it from the tail to the belly of the plane. This is going to make for such a good part of the video when we come into land, trust me. I mean, I think it will anyway. If you don't think that, then that's fair enough, but I will. I'll think it. More importantly, afternoon tea is done now. I don't think we're getting fed anything else now on the plane, but it was really nice, really, really nice. The food has been really nice, to be fair. I think when we get to the hotel, I'll give a sort of summary of the day. I'll try not to repeat myself too much, but as I'm editing this, I'm realising that I'm probably missing some bits out, or I'm not making sense with some things, or something. I don't really know. So yeah, and obviously when you get into an airport, it's just like all systems go, because you want to go and get your cases, and you want to get to the hotel, so I don't want to be sort of standing around dawdling. So yeah, we're going to land, do security and all of that lovely stuff, get our cases, and then we've got a private transfer to our hotel. So let's finish the last part of this journey, shall we? And welcome to the Uvanti Resort on International Drive. Well, one of the rooms of this resort anyway. We made it. It's taken us around about 18 hours or so to get here. It's really hard to think that we woke up this morning in our bed, in our house, but we're here. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I'm cooking on absolutely nothing at the moment. I'm so tired. I suppose I just better sum up the rest of the journey from the plane through the airport, obviously then to here. I didn't manage to take much videos or anything like that because, as I said earlier on, it's just a case of, you know, all systems go, get your baggage, you know, get through passport checks and all of that, and then just get to your hotel, because at that point you've already been traveling for what feels like 4 business days. So we ended up being kept on the runway for a little bit, and there was just a knock-on delay. Basically, I think all in all we were probably in the airport for around about an hour or so, trying to get our you know, cases and all of that. But we did have a private transfer, which, to be fair, we booked this whole thing through Love Holidays. It was a really easy process. They message you a few days before you're due to arrive. They tell you what to do, and then our driver in particular, he was really good in basically keeping us updated at all times as to where he was and what he wanted us to do and all of that. He was really informative and really helpful in, you know, what else we could do in Orlando that we might not have done already. And it's always nice to have a cheerful person to speak to after so many hours of traveling. The room itself, absolutely fine. As you can see, it's big, it's spacious. I mean, there's 2 beds in here. Maybe they might think that me and Chris are gonna have a falling out over the next couple of weeks. To be fair, I'm unbearable most of the time, so I don't know how Chris is gonna cope spending 2 whole weeks with me. Speaking of the devil, she's just appeared. There she is, ready to sleep. She was in the bathroom just freshening up because I think we were on about going out just to have a look for some food and all of that. But honestly, you've laid down on that bed right now and it just looks really comfortable. So with all of that being said, and with this video now finished, I suppose it's time to go. I don't really know how to end the video. So we might have had screaming kids on the bus this morning. We might have had really quite dry, bland breakfasts when we were in the airport. It might have been absolutely roasting whilst we were walking around the airport. And we might have been delayed by about an hour or so when we actually got to Orlando. But none of that matters, because all of that is better than going to work, isn't it?